There seem to be no limits to the Mini team's imagination when it comes to creating variations on the Mini model theme. Now, the Mini Roadster combines the agility and the wieldiness of the Mini Coupe with the open-top appeal of a purist roadster. The result is a niche version of what is already a niche car, and in JCW form as tested here, the appeal is even more limited. JCW, of course, is an acronym for John Cooper Works, and Mini fans already know that only the hottest performance models in the Mini lineup get to wear the JCW badge. The Roadster, on the other hand, is all about wieldy handling, agile road manners and overall motoring fun. Mixing JCW muscle with the Roadster's light-hearted demeanour could either be a stroke of genius or a case of serious overkill. Either way, it's certainly a head-turner. While the Mini Coupe tends to polarize opinion, the Roadster is less likely to offend potential buyers. It's sexy and sassy, and the JCW element adds a further touch of aggression. The only visual bone of contention here is the pop-up rear wing. It may be a mechanically sophisticated way to create some welcome downforce at higher speeds, but when extended, the wing looks like a hot rod add-on. The rest of the aesthetic package suits the swift and cheeky character of the car, while those big wheels, the short rear, the bug-eyed headlights and the high waistline add some cartoon character eccentricity. The Roadster swaps the coupe's oddball roof for a lightweight fabric hood that's manually operated and can be effortlessly raised and lowered with only one hand. But rear rollover loops confirm that safety still comes first. That the Roadster is shorter than the standard Mini is obvious, and in many ways that brings the Roadster closer to the essence of the original Isigonis-designed Mini. Of course, Sir Alec would have raised his eyebrows at the thought of shoehorning so much power into such a compact machine. The 1.6-litre engine employed in all JCW models has a well-established reputation for zip and response, and that's also true of its application here. It produces 155 kilowatts of maximum power, 260 newton-meters of torque, which equates to a power-to-weight ratio of 131 kilowatts per tonne. That's more than enough muscle to warrant that coveted JCW badge. In fact, the real challenge here is to make full use of all that urge, considering that drive remains to the front wheels via a short-throw 6-speed gearbox. While a mechanical limited slip diff would be one solution, Mini has opted for a less brutal electronic differential lock control, together with dynamic traction control and stability control, to ensure that taming the Mini isn't the preserve of brawny racing drivers only. The Roadster JCW's cabin isn't short of features, but space certainly isn't among them. This is strictly a two-seater car, and the luggage space isn't the biggest either. That said, it has a nice sporty feel about it, and the roof gets lowered and raised in a jiffy. As expected, the interior execution of the Roadster faithfully toes the Mini line. In any other car, the detailing would have been considered fussy and contrived, but in the context of this brand, the bright colours, the dish plate-sized central instrument display and the aviation-inspired switchgear are true to form. In ergonomic terms, it's not the most intuitive arrangement, although one does get used to the layout. But the key components, steering wheel, pedals and gear lever, are exactly where they should be. Add snug, supportive bucket seats and the Roadster emerges as more of a driver's car than its cheery looks would suggest. Like the Coupe, the Roadster has a shorter wheelbase, which means it feels wieldier and more agile than the standard car. Of course, things get a little bit noisy because of the open-top roof, but this is very much a fun car to drive with the performance to match. In straight-line terms, the Roadster JCW is no slouch, stopping the clocks at 6.5 seconds for the 0 to 100 km/h dash and posting a top speed of 237 km/h. The electrically assisted power steering still feels a little light, but the taut chassis makes up for it, so that communication between car and driver remains a direct affair. Grip is astounding and cornering speeds are almost sinfully high. The Mini Roadster is never going to be a volume seller, and especially not in JCW form. It is rapid and responsive, and the fold-down roof adds further appeal, but with space for only 2 people and a steep price tag, this is a car for committed Mini lovers only. With loads of power and agile road manners, the Mini Roadster JCW is a two-seater with real dynamic talent, while the ragtop adds a welcome touch of glamour. The result is a sporty machine that oozes individuality and motoring fun, but it's hardly practical and too expensive for most.